Good morning to all the MJT footballers out there. We're here, as promised, every week to give you your starts and sits for week 3 of the NFL season. But we're also here to give you the bolt-up party that you all deserve as the Chargers will win their first game of the season this week. Tony, today's the day. We're feeling very bolty, and since Joe couldn't make the show this week, thankfully, we decided we'll just take over this damn show. Nice cut, by the way.
No Joe, no problem. Just kidding, Joe. We miss you, but since you're not here, we are upping. This is a Bolts takeover right here. It's week 1, everybody. Chargers are in Minnesota. Can't wait for the season to start. We got footballs back, baby. Week 1. Here we go.
Tony, I even dyed my hair for this show for the Chargers out so I could look a little bit more like our boy Herbie.
See, that's the kind of dedication that I wish more fans had, right? Like in solidarity, Mike goes out, gets some beautiful hair dye at about midnight, and then just says, my hair is going to flow like Herbert. Just like Herbert's going to flow in the game today. 5 touchdown passes, great game, Vikings Chargers. Now on the other side, Kirk Cousins might also have 5 touchdown passes. So what we're saying is fire up your Vikings and your Chargers this week.
One thing he won't have, Tony, is beautiful hair.
He will not.
A little bit of Ric Flair also, a little bit of Ric Flair also. TD's is in the house.
TD's.
Sunday fun of football. TD's.
Shake him if you got him.
Harrison, we are never late. You are late. We run this show, so thanks for being late, Harrison. Good morning, Renee. RC Productions in the house. Pats and Chargers getting their first win today. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah. Well, yes. I really hope that they don't beat the Jets.
I do. I picked them. By the way, limited space, my pickups challenge. If you guys want to go try that out, check out the link on my social media bios. He's going to get his question in early. Renee knows how this chat is going to get. And without Joe here, we are really doomed, Tony. We're going to get to a point where it's just like starter sit, and we're just going to be like, Madison, and just firing them off because we're going to be so far behind in these chats. So please stay patient with us. We will get to every single start sit. We promise.
See, I think that's a good problem. That means that people are tuned in and they want to come hang out with us and ask us our opinions. I'd like to start seeing people come back and say whether or not the advice we gave them worked and if they took it. Because I do know that I've given advice to some people that have come to the show and they're like, yeah, I should have listened to you. I didn't. And I messed up. Like last week, I gave Joe really good advice. I told him to sit Raheem Mostert and start Ezekiel Elliott.
I'm sure we've been wrong once or twice, but we're like a 99.9% hit rate. I ran the numbers last year, so hopefully we can continue the same rate here on the show. If you guys need advice and you're tuned in over here on TikTok, please come to the YouTube live stream, MJT Football on YouTube. We're not going to be answering the TikTok chat today because we can't focus on 2 things because we're dumb. So please come to the MJT Football YouTube channel. There's a live chat over here. We're answering every single question. Silver and Black Allegiance is in here. This is a Chargers party. Skip. Buenos dias indeed. Zero's here. Skip. Oh, Renee was upset that we were late, saying that his membership dollars are going to waste. We're sorry, Renee. YouTube also took away memberships from us, so go and protest at their headquarters when you get a chance. Or the first or the second? Oh, we didn't answer the first question. I'm so stupid.
We didn't. We skipped it. I was like, it's funny that he's going to get it in early, and then Mike's just going to roll right past it.
First one. And like I said for TikTok, the way this works, if you put it in the YouTube chat, we will answer your question. MJT Football. All right, here we go. He's going to get his question in early, like we said. D-Hop, Swift, or Tutu? In this situation, this is a tough choice, honestly, because I don't know. I'm not tempted too much by D-Hop. Who are they playing against today? The Titans? They're playing the Browns?
Cleveland. I saw potential weather in that game. Don't love that. Denzel Ward, pretty good corner. I think I think the game plan could be similar to what it was last week, where there's only going to be 20 to 25 pass attempts. So, and I don't expect Ryan Tannehill to go 20 for 24 against Cleveland's defense. Like, Cleveland's defense is for real.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a little bit of a rougher game than they had against the Chargers. I don't know if you saw it, Tony. Jason Jackson healthy scratch today. Very weird.
But you want to know what I do kind of like about that, Mike? Is that he made a decision. Yeah. And that's what we need. I didn't see that, but he made a decision. He basically said, Vato and Asante, you guys are outside this game, and I'm riding with you. Yeah. My job is on the line with you two, and that's how I want it to be. It sucks that Jason's making $18 million a year. That's a real kick in the balls. I would go with Swift. I know Swift has the tougher matchup because he's playing the Bucs Monday Night Football, but you get the bonus of Monday Night Football, and you get somebody that we saw in the running game. We haven't seen them deploy him in the passing game, really. And I think that's where he could maybe get the opportunity against the Bucs, is catching like a Devin White out of plays. Maybe, Levante David isn't quite a spring chicken anymore, and he can't stay with DeAndre Swift on a couple of screen passes. It's still a tough matchup, but I think I would play DeAndre Swift on Monday night.
Yeah, it's not quite the same as DeAndre Swift versus the Vikings matchup like we saw last week. But what he did last week, that's got to give you some promise and some hope that when the Eagles do dedicate to a running back in a game, it's going to be Swift again. I hope that he can stay healthy this year, man, because it showed in that game that behind this O-line, Swift can just straight up dominate. Yeah. He can just straight up clean house in that backfield because he's a very talented running back, one of the more talented running backs in the league, in my opinion. He just can't stay healthy. Everyone's scared to give him volume nowadays. Okay, hair, yeah. What about this hair?
Buenos dias.
Skip. Booty Bandit loves our fits. I don't know if that's a good thing that a Booty Bandit is giving us some props on our fits, but I'll take it. Thank you, Booty Bandit. Albert is in here. Zero is in here. Hello, everybody. Cheapest game. Should be a good defensive game, actually.
Ooh, I already see some Josh Kelly questions coming.
Oh, boy.
I'm peeking down the
chat. RC, I hope the Raiders get smoked. That's what I hope happens. I'm picking the Steelers tonight. Mike, that hair is just awful, like the Chargers defense. Ugh, beautiful hair. I spent my whole life growing it out, and then I dyed it, and now I'm hoping that it'll be blonde forever. Like I can just keep this hairdo going again next week.
Harrison, you are so angry for being such a young man and having your whole life ahead of you. Like, he was wishing that the Chargers would join his miserable team. Stop being such a hater, bro. You're young. You got tons of fans on social media. You got a promising life. Live on the happy side of things, brother. That's not fantasy. That's real life advice.
Harrison, you can just become a Chargers fan and your life will be a little bit happier. I know the Chargers
we don't need any more negative Nancy's, on this side.
You're not invited. Any picture of Mac Jones? Harrison asked right after that.
Wow.
I actually thought I was Herbert, by the way.
And here's the thing. Harrison never asks fantasy questions. We need to get Harrison into a fantasy league because he never asks real questions. Kenny Pickett scares me a little bit. Like, when I start thinking about the games he won last year, they were all like backyard football, late comeback, crazy defense had to play nuts type games. So I don't know. Mac Jones, put the ball down the field a little bit more. The problem is he doesn't have anybody. Can I just flip the coin?
Because George Pickens is destroying the defensive rookie of the year, Jacorian Bennett, all night. So play Kenny Pickett, Harrison.
You know Joe's the only person who thinks Jacorian Bennett has a shot at defense.
Oh, no, other Raiders fans were hyping him up. Other Raiders fans hyping him up. I was over here like, I think you can see in the stream that we did the predictions, my facial reaction to him saying that.
Yeah. He's going to be a good player. Like, I do think they hit on it something there. Like, he's going to be a nice player, but defensive rookie of the year, he was getting picked on by Josh Allen in that game. It was mean.
Joker, bolt up. Joker, bolt up. Joker, bolt up. Aaron Jones is ruled out of the game, Sully. Sorry, buddy.
Yep.
No Aaron Jones, no Christian Watson, no Dave Bakhtiari.
That's why the smart money's on Atlanta.
Oh, boy, I should change my pick right now, actually.
You watch it. You ride with Green Bay. You were talking all that shit in the Pick'em show every Thursday here on MJT around 11-ish, whenever we get to our computers.
11:15. It says 11:05, but it's never 11:05. Bolts up. No Aaron Jones today, Sully, so you got to find an emergency replacement. Is it stupid to think about benching Amon-Ra with him most likely being limited today? I do not think that it is stupid if they're saying he's going to be limited today, but it depends on the options you have, Jordan. So please put these options in the chat. Oh, I think he put one pick in here in a couple of chats, but put it in the chat, Jordan. Who's your options here with the Amon-Ra? Because if you have a decent option, I would think about it. If he is going to be limited, I think they're going to put him in there for important plays only with a turf toe. I honestly, if I'm the Lions in week 3 of the season, I'm not putting my only offensive weapon, not named Jahmyr Gibbs, out there if he's injured.
That's the problem, though, with the Lions right now. When you look at it, is they just got hit by the injury bug and they couldn't afford it. Like, they've been decimated by this. So it's like, I'm with you. If you have another option that's even close, I would put it out. I heard this morning he's putting a steel plate in his shoe, and he's like, "Oh, I played with it in college. I've done it before." And the guy is tough. Like, he really is he's going to give it a go. But if I have another option, I would go that route.
Yeah, I'm going to be benching him in one of my leagues, I think, for Mike Evans. So go Mike Evans.
That's a great problem to have.
Flying them birds. You know what's crazy, Tony, is when I drafted Mike Evans in all these leagues, I was like, damn, he's just fallen so far in drafts. I'll take the chance he gets traded to the Chiefs midseason when the Bucs stink. And who would have known Baker Mayfield could fucking play like Patrick Mahomes over there in Tampa?
My boy Baker's going to be 3-0 on Monday Night Football. Lady Shot Callers in the house.
Got a question for us. Even though she does not need our advice, she's a better fantasy football player than us. She said, Bijan, Jacobs, Mostert, or Gibbs, start 2. What a good problem to have. You can't start 3? No flex? You can't start 3?
You need to speak for yourself on that better business, because she's going down this year in the Vegas League. Like, I am unhappy with how things shook out last year. She knows it. I know it. The whole world knows it. I am the people's champion.
And since Amber's here, since you're here, Tony, tell the world who's in first place in that league.
Mike is, but it never lasts. So just continue on. Like, this is irrelevant.
Just enough time for me to get overhyped, and then I'll be disappointed. But who
Mike
would you pick?
Hair in the story, The Tortoise and the Hare, kids. Look up that. It's a great fable. In this matchup, Bijan is a no doubt about it. Because last week when I was watching Green Bay's defense, I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, this deep run defense is kind of good. But then again, Bijan was just crazy. And now he gets the Lions, which I think the run defense is even less impressive. So fantastic. Although Packers defense just may never be as good as I think it will be. So Bijan for sure. And then I'm probably going to roll with, do I do it? Am I going to do it? Raheem Mostert.
Okay.
I know you drafted Jacobs high, but do you really think that they get it together against the Steelers? Like, is this the week where I know there's no Cam Hayward, but I might put Mostert in there in Miami playing the Broncos. Like, the Broncos haven't been sensational against the run, I don't think. I'm trying to think of like their matchups, but I think Brian Robinson did pretty well against them.
He went off on them. 30 points.
So I kind of like Mostert in this matchup, especially if they're trying to figure out how to, how they're going to keep up with, or like keep Denver at bay. Like, here we go. Then Denver's got to try to figure out how to deal with all that speed, even though Waddle's out. Look out for Braxton Berrios today. Deep streamer.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is a tough choice. I might think about Gibbs in this matchup too, even though Atlanta's defense has been playing really well. I think I would probably go Bijan and Gibbs late shot caller, but either Mostert or Gibbs. I think they both are fine options. I'm seeing that the Lions secondary is all banged up to shit too. This team.
Yeah. It's
Aboard.
bad.
Hop aboard. Woo!
Yep.
All right, on to the next one. Pick 2, Mostert, James Cook, Kyron Williams, Isaiah Pacheco. And I think I'm going to go Mostert and Cook right out the gate. I know a lot of people are hyped about Kyron Williams now getting the sole spot in LA. What I've learned from Sean McVay over the last couple of years is to trust no one in his back.
Trust Kyron Williams. He's not going to pivot to Ronnie Rivers mid-game. I mean, unless there's an injury here. I really like Kyron Williams. I'm disappointed in myself that I did not draft him as like a flyer at the end of every single one of my drafts, because I did last year as a rookie, because there was a camp report last year where he was supposed to eventually take over for Cam Akers, and then he breaks his leg on like the first play on the first kickoff of the game in that opener against the Bills last year. I'm going to start. We got James Cook versus who do the Bills got again today? Why did I just blank on who the Bills are playing?
The Bills?
Yeah.
The Bills are playing. I'm blanking too now. I have the list right here. One second.
Washington. So I'm gonna start James Cook just based on what I saw last week. I still think there's an opportunity for them to run against the Washington front, even though it's not a tremendous matchup. And I'm gonna go with Kyron Williams. I would not go with Pacheco in this situation. I saw stuff where he's like potentially got injuries, limited action. He just runs so violently. He always feels like he's one carry away from separating his own shoulder on somebody's face.
Yeah. I just think that Sean McVay learned his lesson with Todd Gurley, and he'll never, ever, 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 ever feed a running back again. Like, what was wrong with Cam Akers, Sean? What was wrong with Cam Akers? Explain it to us, please.
It seems like attitude. That's why, like, there was all those he didn't adhere to the culture stuff.
The beast. All right, Brian Robinson or Isaiah Pacheco? Easy choice here. Brian Robinson all day.
DJ PJ, go with BRJ. I don't know if I got all those.
I don't need any running backs in any leagues, but FloJo was trying to get a Brian Robinson, Calvin Ridley trade going with me. That's how you know that Brian Robinson's good if FloJo's trying to trade him. So, Miles Sanders or Marvin Mims? Let's see. I don't know. Marvin Mims had a beastly game last week, and it was kind of like a breath of fresh air for the Denver offense. You'd think they'd want to give him the ball more after that.
It reminded me of Russ and Tyler Lockett, and I was like, wait, so we already know that Russ built this tremendous career on throwing the deep ball. Marvin Mims is faster than everybody on the field. Why are the Broncos going away from this in the second half? And it's, I don't know, apparently they want to lose. It's really tough, though.
Play the ceiling. I'm playing Marvin Mims, Harrison.
Yeah.
It's close, though.
Panthers on the road, I think that the one shot that they might have with a guy like Andy Dalton is taking advantage of him understanding the looks and audibling and checking and, you know. I'm going to play Miles Sanders, Harrison.
We're split on this one, Harrison, so good fucking luck. All right, on to the next one here. We do have a Josh Kelly question. Before we get to the Josh Kelly question, like the Chargers watch party, whatever you want to call us, the Chargers, what are we calling it? Parade?
Pep rally?
Pep rally. There we go. Chargers pep rally, which is also Start and Sit show. That's what we're calling this one. Please like the stream is what I'm trying to say. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if you haven't already so you can be notified every time we go live for stuff like this. Tony, Josh Kelly or James Conner? James Conner has an awful matchup this week. Are you going to tell Pluffwolf YZ to start Josh Kelly here?
Pluffy, you start Josh Kelly with a ton of confidence. I feel really good about this matchup, this opportunity. And if Brian Flores is going to try and take away the pass, I believe that Herb is going to be like, all right, here you go, Josh. Eat. Go nuts. Like, the offensive line will look hopefully similar to what they look like in week 1 against the Dolphins. And Josh Kelly gets a 100-yard game, first of his career, and a touchdown. I feel really good about Josh Kelly today.
RB1 this week, Tony?
In all of fantasy? Potentially, yes.
There you go. Josh Kelly for RB1. We're starting him over everybody, Fluffy. Burrow playing, by the way? No, like official word, but like Thursday, I think it was. There was a quote that came out from Burrow himself that he was feeling better, and that would lean towards him playing. This is a tough situation, Tony, because I hate to admit when I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. I didn't think that this calf strain was that serious of an issue. I thought they were being precautious about it, but here we are in week 3 of the season, and it's still an issue.
Yeah, I hope that whatever he does is that it's a big picture focus, right? But I also thought this too when they rushed him back and then the team went to the Super Bowl after the knee injury. I was like, so whatever it is, I want Joe Burrow to be around and is healthy for as long as he can, because that is great entertainment and competition, right? Like I want the Bengals to be good because that's fun. More chances for our guy to go out there in big matchups and win games that we get to talk about forever. Like, it's not fun if he ends up beating like Zach Wilson in a playoff game.
Yeah. It's a tough situation when players are making this decision, because who knows also, and knock on wood, God forbid, but the calf leads to other parts of his body. I mean, you can't be limping and out there trying to play full speed, being easy on your one leg because of your calf, and then putting all the pressure on the other leg. That's dangerous. That's when bad things happen to players. So if it's bad and there's any question, he probably should sit out this early in the season. If the Bengals lose the game, hopefully they can go on a roll. That's what they're going to have to root for. They have the offense to do it and pick it up and get it going.
And that was Anatomy 101, brought to you by Icy Hot with Mike. Get that calf muscle right, Joe Burrow, so we can see you play the entire season.
Head and Shoulders and Icy Hot, 2 brand deals coming through the door soon. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. Oh, yeah, they picked up A.J. McCarron for some reason. Something to watch. They went and picked him up.
What do you mean for some reason? Because their other quarterback is Jake Browning, and like, did you see Belichick grab Will Grier off their practice squad?
That's fucked up.
It is.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I mean, they're preparing to not have Burrow. So keep that in mind. Watch the injury report. I wouldn't have him in my fantasy lineup. That you're fucked if he's in your lineup and you get to Monday and they go. All right.
Yeah.
Boys, fresh. You know it. Josh Kelly or James Conner? We're going Josh Kelly. Oh, we already answered this one. A-Chain or Rashee Rice? I assume it's Rashee Rice.
Yeah. Steady chicken playing in an all-rookie league here.
Probably the 32-man league.
Yeah.
I would probably go A-Chain with not very much confidence.
I would go with Rashee Rice. Like, I don't even know if A-Chain is playing snaps this year. Like, I'm trying to think of if I've seen him carry the football this year.
I think he's got like 7 carries or something. But he was hurt first week. Play Rice.
Yeah.
Play Rice. Screw it. Play Rice, steady chicken. If you have to dye your hair blonde and style it like Herbert for the rest of in order to win a Super Bowl, you're doing great. Hey, if this is what it takes, this is what it takes. I grew my hair out last year, and I grew my hair out this year just for Herbert. One day it's gonna come in handy to have the matching hair. All right, Kathleen, rocking some U.S. Army gear. Thank you for your service. Goff or Carr?
Ooh, this is crazy because Goff might be without Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Where his top targets are rookies. It's Gibbs and Laporta, and like even Josh Reynolds has been on the injury report this week, and he's been a little bit. So it might be like Khalif Raymond and some other tight end. I can't think of his name right now. Derek Carr has to show something at some point, doesn't he? Like, doesn't he have to get right with all of the weapons he has on the offense and put up like 2 or 3 touchdowns?
That's the thing that I'm worried about is like the weapons might get them down to the goal line, but they've been pretty eager to run the ball when they get down there.
I'm going to start Goff because the game is at home and it's indoors. We don't got any weather, and Jared Goff has just been a good, consistent, reliable quarterback.
Yeah, and I was going to say if there's any issues with Amon-Ra and the Lions fall behind in this game against Atlanta. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm sticking with the Lions. I'm not going to change my pick. They do fall behind. Goff's been known to pick up a lot of garbage time fantasy stats. All right, Mike Dub or Amon-Ra? The toe talk getting to me. I'm going Mike Dub. I'm going Mike Dub. That's good enough for me. Against the Vikings, yeah.
Yeah.
No bias.
I just looked at the Vikings roster, and I can't even remember the names of either of their starting corners. So unless they have like an arrival game today, I would start Mike Dub today.
All right, little Jimmy. There's the door. Get the
what's this guy throwing heat? What's up with little Jimmy?
Nerf gun? We ain't scared of your rubber bullets, bro.
I mean, I don't know. He kind of looks terrifying.
Yeah, actually, we take it all back, Jimmy. You're welcome here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream, turn on notifications. You can come back and roast the Chargers as much as you want. Joe will be here next week, and he'll join in with you. All right, should I keep Davante Adams or bench him or move to the flex? What are you talking about, Joker? Why would you bench him?
Yeah, I don't see any reason. If Davante Adams is healthy, he's always going to be in my starting lineup. Like it's Davante Adams.
Even with AOC out there.
Yeah. Like the weird thing is like Jimmy G's doing his best job to make Davante Adams look like he's washed. It's like it's impossible.
Did you see that one pass where Jimmy G like rolled right and just threw it up in the air and was like, hopefully someone catches it, and Davante just snatched that shit.
I was like,
yeah, that's what I meant to do.
Yeah. This really was like just somebody like that was like a prayer being answered in real time. It's like let this land.
Unbelievable talent, man. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Thoughts on results? 2-0 start. Fluke. Well, technically it's week 1, so it doesn't even matter. Potato monkey.
The Dolphins are playing good. Give them some
they
credit.
Have been. Yeah, they really have been. They had a chance to go up there and lay an egg against New England, and they didn't at all. So good on them. Dolphins look great. Hope they continue it this weekend, and they stomp the Broncos and go to 3-0. And we all talk about Tua for MVP. Fantastic. I want to see Tyreek Hill have another great game. So it's not just against the Chargers that he eats. You know, like let's have him dominate somebody else.
And I just had a notification go across my phone over here. By the way, we're tuned in on TikTok. Come to the YouTube live stream so we can see your chats. But I saw a notification saying Pastor Tan will be following Tyreek Hill in coverage today. But obviously. What are you talking about? What this isn't news. JC benched. All right, little Jimmy. That's enough with the Chargers hate. Okay, go to a different stream. This is clearly not the place for it. This is clearly not the place for it.
I think he's long gone by now. These comments are old. Little Jimmy is on to his next show where he's heckling somebody else.
15 minutes ago. All right, we're gonna speed this up, Tony. All right. Nico, DJ. Wait. Oh, these are the options for the Amon-Ra situation Jordan's in. Nico Collins, DJ Moore, James Cook, Damian Pierce, Isaiah Pacheco, and I would be very tempted to play Nico Collins. I would be.
Yeah, I think Nico's kind of stepped into that like where he looks like he could be a solid wide receiver too. Like actually not just in fantasy, I'm talking about in the NFL, like on the Texans roster. Like if you had, Tank Dell as sort of your every down go-to guy and he was your sort of deep down the field, big body wide receiver, like the Texans could have something. I'd start him over. This is for the Amon-Ra question, right?
Yeah, Amon-Ra turf toe situation. I'm starting receivers, Jordan, that I feel are safe to score 15 plus points this week. I feel like Nico Collins is one of those guys, and DJ Moore is. So whichever one you like more.
Yeah, I like Cook, or I like Cook a little bit better than I like DJ Moore. There's something scary about the what Fields said this week, where he's like, just F it. I'm just gonna go out there, and it's like, does that mean you're gonna run for 200 yards in this game? Because I don't know if you've been watching the tape on the Chiefs defense, but good luck, bro.
Yeah, those linebackers, they're gonna be chasing.
If you hold that ball against Chris Jones, he might have 4.5 sacks today.
Yeah. Nico Collins, I don't know, Jordan. Make that decision, but we definitely would consider it. Well, everyone hating on the Chargers like they aren't going 15-2. They are going 15-2, bet though. Everyone else just doesn't know it yet, but they will know in 15 weeks that the Chargers are about to go 15-2. Baker is low key a GOAT. He is a college football Hall of Famer, right, Tony? One day.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just planting the flag, like he's going on the college football Hall of Fame.
Heisman Trophy winner. Do I risk starting Burrow and him not playing? No, not if you can, unless like you are absolutely screwed and you're playing AJ McCarron level quarterback anyways, then maybe risk it. But I'm pretty sure there's someone on your waivers that you could throw in there for 1 week and put Burrow on the bench. Saints over Packers. I am going Saints over Packers. Tony's going Saints over Packers. So why not? And the Packers are missing half of their offense.
Yeah, I just like the Saints defense. They're really good.
Pittman Jr. or McLaurin? This is a spicy one right here, Tony. Pittman Jr. playing with Minshew today, which I actually think helps Pittman a little bit as far as the Colts have a better ability to throw the ball on 3rd and 7 versus trying to run it with Anthony Richardson.
I agree. And I would start Pittman Jr. in this matchup. I think that if Trey White is in that situation where he's like, oh, I'm going to check 17 on this one, that could be a tougher road. Although my boy Sam Howell is so much fun to watch. Like, he doesn't give a shit. That touchdown pass he threw to Terry McLaurin, that's like vintage Favre.
Yeah,
like,
double coverage.
I was like, why is he throwing into double coverage? Oh my God, that touchdown!
It was a really good throw too. If you are going to throw in double coverage, put that thing high. Receiver could get it. Oh, it was beautiful. Javonte Williams or Jalen Warren? I'm becoming a massive Jalen Warren fan every week, by the way. I don't know. I feel like Javonte is going to have a massive game here one of these days.
Yeah, I do too. Blue Crew, I would go one more week with Javonte. The only reason I'd consider starting Jalen Warren is because it's against the Raiders and it's Sunday Night Football, and I'm going to get to watch it, and I'm going to get to cheer, because that's part of my love for fantasy is I get to have that opportunity to just sit there and think that my will has anything to do with the outcome, which is stupid. It doesn't, but I love to think that it does.
I've been telling Rose I have a theory, because what I've been doing is I've been watching all the games on like 4 screens on each screen, and I'll have one for the Chargers game. But my TV went out last night, Tony. My TV went out last night. And I'm taking it as a sign from the boat gods themselves that I need to just watch the Charger game this morning. No other games on the TV. They need all of my energy. They need all of my power.
I've been thinking about not having the Red Zone channel on during the Chargers game. So like my individual focus is only right there. Phone is off, and it's just like, come on, here we go. Yeah. But I love football. I really do. I'm gonna, I
might pull the computer or something. All right, what's up, Simply Dab? How you been, bro? Good to see you in the chat again.
Across the pond.
Like the stream? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Skip. MJT Football family confirmed. We failed you guys on this. We should have done this year. We're going to do it next year for sure, Zero, where it's going to be me, Joe, Tony, and 8 followers, the closest followers that play fantasy football in a league together next year.
Well, I think that one of the things that, we'll talk about it. We don't need to have a production meeting on the show. I'll talk to you and Joe about an idea that I have.
We could have a league where me, you, and Joe have to share a team, but we have to debate and we have to like battle arguments for what the starting lineup is going to be each week.
Well, as long as I can bench Joe for making stupid calls, then I could be on a team with Joe. As long as I could fire him, I could give him the axe after week 3 for making dumb decisions.
Simply Dad saying, if the Chargers lose today, should they tank for Harrison Jr.? How many receivers do we need, Simply Dad? Holy shit. If we tank for anyone, it's going to be one of these edge rushers coming out the draft next year. There
is no world where the Chargers with this roster should tank for. There's not a player that they should tank for in this draft.
Nope. So the last time the Jets beat the Pats was when Peyton Manning was in the league. Yes. It's like 7 years or 8 years running. And I don't think it's going to end today. I don't. But we'll see. I heard the weather's going to be bad there in that game. So another classic punt return loss for the Jets or some shit. Joe's best where he is. He's probably in Viva Las Vegas going to this Steelers-Raiders game just to watch all the Raiders fans cry around him again. Round 10.
I forgot he was going there to get his heart broken in person.
Which 2 teams should I pick today? Chargers versus Vikings and Titans versus Browns. JJ, I'm going Chargers and Titans. I'm pretty sure Tony's going Chargers and Browns, so we're not going to help you very much on this.
Yeah, Chargers, Browns for me in this showdown.
Unbiased take. Which one of you wants to be the shoulder for me to crown over the Trayvon Diggs injury? We got you, buddy.
Yeah, if it's just virtually and I don't actually have to like exchange information and be there for real, then sure, I'll do it.
Brutal, Tony. Brutal. Tank Dell or Josh Kelly? We're putting Josh Kelly in over everybody, TDs.
Yep. Josh Kelly to the moon.
I'm believing in Kelly for you, Tony, and for the Chargers' success today. St. Brown is playing
91 yards and a touchdown in week 1. That could be replicated today. I believe that.
Yeah, me too. St. Brown is playing. Yes, we know that, Harrison. I think he's listed to be set to go, but they were saying that he is going to be limited. I don't know what's going to happen with Amon-Ra St. Brown today. They could get through the first quarter, and he could go, you know what, guys, I should probably rest based off how I'm feeling. Or he might go on feeling wonderful, start targeting me more. You never know. Either way. That's why we're saying if you have a good option to put in there, put him in there. Play it safe. Keep your floor and your ceiling at a similar spot.
Yeah, or just, just play him and like just live with whatever the outcome is. Like if you're one of those people where like you will stew if you don't start your best players, then do it. I'm not that kind of person. Like if I have doubt, I trust my doubt and then I just live with the result.
This stings. I lost Eckler, Waddle, and Barkley, man. TD's getting ravished early in the season on his fantasy team. I will tell you, when they get back, though, your squad's going to be loaded again, TDs. That's a good little group right there.
I just think the injuries have just been extremely brutal to, like, really fun, good human beings.
All the fantasy players, too. What the hell?
Ooh, this is a tough one right here.
I will play Collins, although the Detroit secondary, as we mentioned earlier in the show, is beat to shit. Like, they are every position. There's at least one player questionable in their secondary. So it may be a Drake London game or a Kyle Pitts game. Like, I like Kyle Pitts in lineups this week, so I got to like Drake London.
Yeah, I like Drake London to continue. I think that the more that Desmond Ridder gets comfortable, we're indoors. Like he's not going to be amazing. I've kind of come to that resolution, but I think Drake London can be good here.
Over Collins, though?
Yeah, I mean, Collins for me feels a little bit more garbage time.
What's Twitter Premium? Do you know what Twitter Premium is, Tony? I thought that was called.
It's probably Elon Musk and X, and you can like pay to have a blue check mark, and you have like extra access for like platform show. I honestly don't know. I'm making all of this up.
Yeah,
but
you don't need a blue check mark when you have this kind of hair. It's one of a kind.
Love it. That's a factual statement right there.
AJ wants to come on. Hey man, we're always down to have an extra panel member for the fantasy start sits. Trust me.
Yeah, reach out to Mike.
Let us know. Mike and Tony were gonna suffer together. 0-3 this. Harrison.
Stop with this.
Oh, need all that. Kendra Miller or Isaiah Pacheco. This is a bad choice to be in here, Nathan.
I don't think so at all. I think Kendra Miller. Like, Mike wants to rock this Tony Jones Jr. thing, but here's what I do know about Tony Jones Jr. He's a good player who was on the Broncos practice squad.
My question is, why didn't they give the ball to Kendra Miller last week when Jamal Williams went down?
Well, he was injured. He just came back.
Oh, Kendra wasn't active last week?
I don't think so, no. This is his first game. He's been... Yeah, he was a game time decision last week, and then he's back this week. This is his first game in the NFL, and I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be good.
I'm still going Pacheco, but we'll find out here. Tony will send me a text when Kendra has 100 yards.
No, I won't, because I didn't send you shit when Christian Kirk went nuts last week.
Christian Kirk went nuts last week?
Yeah, he had like 11 catches for over 100 yards, and you were giving me shit about it on the show, talking shit about it.
This week's switching again because no Derek Stingley, Calvin Ridley up the sideline, baby. Pickens or Nakua? I'm going Pickens. What do you think, Tony?
Oh, this is way tougher than it should be. I'm going to start George Pickens, but it's way closer than it should be.
Live or premiere? This is a live show, LA Spike. Say what's up. Joe Namath or Joe Montana on the spread? Joe Montana every time. This is not even close.
I don't.
I'm confused by
Like
the
Joe
hair.
Montana should make Joe Namath change his first name to John. Like he shouldn't be allowed to share the same name. That's how good Joe Montana was.
What's confusing about the hair? Vikings or Chargers? This is a tough choice, Tony, but I'm going Chargers.
Bolt up.
Herbert or okay. Joshua Kelly or Zach Moss?
I think that was Khalil Herbert or McKinnon.
I'm an idiot. Go ahead, Tony. Answer this.
Khalil. I would go Khalil Herbert.
There you go.
Here's the only argument for McKinnon. If the Pacheco injury is serious, then we could see Jerick McKinnon get a few more. But they could also screw us over and run CEH 12 times. So I would go with Khalil Herbert.
You overinvest
in screens.
You either have injuries or you're overinvesting in Khalil Herbert in this situation here. I'll say that right now. Josh Kelly or Zach Moss? Josh Kelly every single day of the week.
RB1 this week. Let's go. JK2
Power last night? I think this is another Chargers joke. 2 flex spots remain. Dobbs, DJ Moore, Reynolds, Jalen Warren, and Cortland Sutton. With Christian Watson out again, do you go Dobbs and Jalen Warren maybe? DJ Moore is interesting, and I know that there's a chance when you're saying that the Chiefs defense might shut the Bears down. I don't know. I feel like DJ Moore has the highest ceiling of all these guys still just because of his talent and his ability to break a play, any play.
Yeah, I probably would. If I'm going to start 2, I would probably start DJ Moore, and I think I might roll with Jalen Warren in this situation.
Me too! I would go Warren and DJ Moore also. Let's go. They should tank for get out of our chat with all that booty bandit tanking for quarter. No, I just seen Harrison Jr. being a generational wide receiver. Yes, on another team.
He is, but he isn't worth wrecking Herbert's career over it and going 1-16.
I should probably ask some fans. Yes, Zero, you should. This is a fantasy show. Why do Phil and Baker's going to beat Philly and the Rams beat the Bengals? JJ, that would be terrible for my picks. But
I disagree. I don't think you have to ask fantasy questions.
Okay, yeah, you can ask any questions, Zero, from here on out. Go ahead. Nico or Pickens? I'm going Pickens in this one also, but it's very close.
Yeah, Pickens. I think Nico's put up some really nice weeks, but George Pickens is the real deal.
Say it with me, Tony. Kelly. George. Kelly. I don't know if we've seen you in the chat before, George. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like the stream. Appreciate you, bro. JC Horn is hurting me so much in so many ways. That doesn't sound great, Harrison.
Yeah, no kidding.
AJ Dillon, Warren, Dobbs, JSN, Shaheed. This is a tough choice. Got a lot of options here. We're going to take out Dillon. We're going to take out JSN. And I would honestly take out Dobbs and be between Shaheed and Warren. And I would probably take Warren. Shaheed has been balling out.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Shaheed. It's really close between Warren and Shaheed for me on this one. But I would go or Dobbs.
Everyone out there asking the Joe Burrow questions. News just came across my screen again. Joe Burrow may be heading to the IR now, all of a sudden. So, don't think he's playing this week. After I thought he was playing this week. No, I don't think he's playing this week. Should I drop Riley Patterson for Dicker? Yes. Easy choice. Hello, Mike and Tony. Damn, Mike, you got a new haircut? Yes. It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm doing it in solidarity with my brother, Justin Herbert. We're going off today.
Rafael has a new. I remember this guy from last season.
Captain, Capitan.
Yeah, he's got a new whatever that's called, little thumbnail photo there.
Love your content as well, Rafael. Keep it flowing. Get it? Anyways, Gus Edwards or D-Hop. Oof. What's so funny, Tony?
You always explain your jokes and you ruin them. Just let the joke Go.
I don't
Continue.
tell good jokes very, very often, so I got to make sure that everyone got it. You know, Gus Edwards or D-Hop. Gus Edwards or D-Hop, Tony. Tell the people.
I think this is kind of where the D-Hop thing is going too far for me. Like, I would start DeAndre Hopkins. I think I picked somebody else early on the show to start above DeAndre, but I think it kind of stops at that, like Gus Edwards. Like, he had a good game last week, but he's not involved in the receiving game, so you're kind of banking on a touchdown with him.
Both of them, I think you're almost banking on a touchdown.
Yeah, but with Hopkins, I could see a stat line of like 7 catches for 58 yards, and then you end up with double digits. Like if Gus Edwards doesn't get a touchdown, he's probably not getting double-digit points for you.
Yeah, I'm putting in D-Hop as well. But you're rooting for both these guys to score. You're saying half-point PPR. That helps D-Hop.
That changed it a little bit, but I'm still going to go.
Should I start with Kenneth Gainwell on my fantasy league because I got Gus Edwards? Oof.
Is Gainwell back? And here's the thing. Even if he is back, it was a rib injury, I believe, which is a tender spot. And on top of that, DeAndre Swift looked like what the Lions thought they were drafting. So I would go with Gus Edwards, and if that's my choice.
Me too. Puka, Amari Cooper, or Addison? Jordan Addison. This is a tough choice. Holy smokes. I probably would play Addison.
So this really hurts to say, but it would be between. This is such a good problem to have. Cameron, I just want to let you know that you have Amari Cooper against the secondary. Like, he is going to cook the Titans today. Like, Amari Cooper is a good play this week. Because when I went back and I was watching, like, a lot of the Chargers wide receivers were getting open, like wide open and cooking a lot of the DBs, and they just weren't getting the football for whatever reason. So I think that Amari Cooper is one of the best route runners, could have a real nice day. With that being said, Jordan Addison better be the focal point. Like, they better find a way to try and neutralize Justin Jefferson, and Addison gets 10 targets today against the defense.
Staley, if you give up 200 yards to Justin Jefferson today, I know he's phenomenal. But that is the goal. Slow down Justin Jefferson. Do not let another receiver like D-Hop and Tyreek Hill cook us, all right?
The goal is win. The goal is win the game. That's it.
Right. You're right, Tony. Win the game, Staley. We'll bitch about everything afterwards, but win the game.
5-3 or 50-49. Don't give a shit as long as the Chargers win.
50-49 may actually happen. Pittman Jr. or Ty Lockett? We were saying that we're high on Pittman Jr. We think he's going to have a good game this week, Nick. I think he's going to have a good game this week. But Tyler Lockett has been on an absolute heater to open up this season. And I think I'd roll with Tyler Lockett to score again this week.
Here's what I know about Tyler Lockett. Every time I have not drafted him or every time I have not picked him for fantasy, he is dominated. And we are going on a 10-year stretch of this happening. So, Tyler Lockett, last week on the show, I remember somebody asked a question and I was like, I would start this person. And they had a good game. I forget who it was. They ended up having like 14 points. And then Tyler Lockett had like 2 touchdowns. Like, it was insane. So, Tyler Lockett from here on out.
How many takeaways is the Deion Henley getting today? 4, 5, maybe even 6? We'll go with 6.
Yeah, I mean,
for one linebacker.
Let's shoot for the moon on that prediction right there.
Collins or Pickens? I'm playing Pickens still. I didn't change my mind from earlier in the show, Hugo.
Yep, Pickens. Rapid fire these. Let's do it.
We're done here. You would want to see Justin Herbert in Seattle? Heck no. No. Hey, thanks for the subscription, George. Appreciate it. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, please do. Henrique said that we are the best in the West. We are the best. We are the best in the West. You're right. Mike and Tony, I'll give you C.J. Henderson for J.C. Jackson in your first-round draft. That makes no sense. But we'll do a straight – we'll just give you J.C. Jackson just for free.
But they have to take the salary. They have to take a bulk of the salary for sure.
They should take the whole salary if they're getting the player. The hell?
Yeah.
Not Addison today? Addison's probably going to be having a good game here, Simply Dad, but we're going to win the game. Don't worry. Hugo's saying he's got Goff, Olave, Cooper, CMC, King Henry, Freiermuth, Pickens, Koo, defense Seahawks. And I'm not going to go over your whole bench, but that seems like a solid lineup for this week, Hugo.
It is. Yeah.
Lineup.
Yeah.
This is not nuts and bolts, but it seems like it, doesn't it, Zero? It's the Chargers 1-2 parade. Zach Ertz or Sam Laporta? I'm playing Sam Laporta in this situation. Beto, huge Zach Ertz fan. And Zach Ertz has still been a little bit involved there in Arizona. But what the Lions have been doing to feed Laporta, and now Amon-Ra St. Brown's banged up, I'm putting Laporta in.
Yeah, I would play Laporta too. I think this could be an opportunity for him to get in the end zone this week. This is that's an interesting team. Like, that's a really good fantasy football team there, Hugo. Like, I was looking at his bench. I'm like, wait, DK Metcalf and DeAndre Hopkins are on his bench? What the? That's a good squad, brother.
Fields or Geno?
Geno at home. It's unless this is like a Ken Walker show. I just think Geno Smith is gonna put up 2 or 3 touchdowns and 300 yards against Harrison's beloved Carolina Panthers.
I'm a Fields fan. Stan drafted him in a bunch of leagues. Stacked him with DJ Moore. Got all up on that Justin Fields hype train with Joe Morley, which he's just rapidly jumped off and just left me there for dead.
He's a Raiders fan.
I'm saying Geno also. Hope our defense can dominate the Vikings offense. Here we go, George. Bolt up. That makes it even better that George is a Chargers fan. I didn't even know you're a Chargers fan.
I didn't know he was.
To another stream, George. Turn on those notifications so you can torture Joe with us, I should say. Not torture us. We love you. Play it safe and start Russ or Burrow. Burrow is probably not playing. I will play Russ.
I love that Harrison was probably like checked out. He was probably like doing something else. And then he heard me talk shit about the Panthers. And he's like, to my keyboard. Okay, Tony. Okay. 2 or 3 touchdowns is crazy.
We made it to the end, Tony. That was the last chat. Just another Sunday. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning into this one. Please like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on notifications, as I always say. Tony.
Bolt up. It's got to happen.
It's time.
Here it is. Josh Kelly.